Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright, guys, so I did a little question box in my stories earlier. I don't know why, I was kind of just like guided to do it, and when Spirit tells me to do shit, I do shit. So I did. And I see that there was 12 questions so far that I saw that, before. Just pulling it up on my other phone here now. And the first one was from Club in the Sun, and she was saying, how can we be more open to love and acceptance as a collective? And I gave my sarcastic, bitchy one when I was like, we just kill all the people who suck, it'd be a lot easier. But that's a joke, I'm kidding, haha. Um, More so what it is though that came immediately after my brain, that's me. Spirit was like, okay. But basically, self love and self acceptance, I feel, is the answer there, because so much of what most of our conflict, chaos, and things that happen here, or pain, hurt, the things that we go through, it's usually because of jealousy or anger, resentment. It's like, I don't feel good enough who I am, so I want to change who I am, or I don't feel good enough with who I am because of who you are, and so when I'm near you, that makes me feel inadequate, so I might as well just kill you, or maybe I will, do something weird and, kill myself, or maybe I will spend all my money or bust my ass and pull myself through hell and torture for things that I really don't even want or like, but because everybody else likes them or thinks that they're cool or whatever, I'm gonna do that. And if we just accepted and loved ourselves fully, wholly, 100%, we're like, wow, I am enough as I am. I don't need to change anything. I don't need to become anything. I'm just who I am, and I love me, and I accept me, and I'm good. You're not going to feel jealousy. You're not going to feel triggered by anybody else's shit, their success, their things, their whatever. And if you're somebody that doesn't go to that level, but maybe you are like I am, if somebody messes with your family, you're like, I'm going to kill you. I don't care who was wrong. I'm just going to kill you because you messed with my family. That's, probably not going to happen. Nobody's going to mess with your family if there wasn't something for them to have beef about. And that's going to come about because of perceiving each other as better than or less than or whatever it is that stems from that inadequacy within, or the lack of love within, that ripples out and is infectious within all of the collective, because we are bombarded all the time by oh, you should drive this, and you should wear that, and your body should be this way, and you should be able to do that, and that, and that, and be totally fine, and this person did that, oh my god, they're so amazing. But at the core of everything, at the core of everybody, we are all one. We're literally all one collective consciousness. We are consciousness that is here creating in the third dimension with a physical density, and because of the vibrational frequency that we emit, that's what we show to others. But it's at the core of it, it's all from fucking one source. You wouldn't exist, I wouldn't exist, nothing would be here, nobody ever would ever be without the one that we all extend from. So when you love yourself and you accept yourself and you're fully within yourself and you're good there, you by default love all these other people. But when you love another, or you accept another for who they are, or you put them up on a pedestal, or you think that they've got something that you don't, remind yourself, they are you. You are them. We're all a vibration or an essence that is being emanated from the same place or the same source, and that can take away the separations, or the segregating ourselves, feeling alone, feeling inadequate, feeling whatever it is that's not aligned in love and peace and harmony and acceptance. 'Cause there really should not be competition, because we're all one. We're all one. We're all the same thing. We're all we should all be together. doing the same types of things. Yes, you may be a different color, or you may be taller or smaller or whatever. But if we fucking stuck together, we could probably figure out how to like with our brains, because everything is energy and frequency, and literally just it's an energetic blah. What we put out is what we create and what we attract. And if we're putting out inadequacy, like I'm not good enough, I'm ugly and I'm stupid and I'm this and I'm that, and we believe that enough and we feel that enough and we put that around us enough, we're gonna create like the conditions, perfect conditions for people to come in who treat us in a way that makes us remember, or like reminds us of that inadequacy that we felt already. Like, I'm so stupid. Well, everybody's gonna treat you like you're stupid then. Or, like I'm weak. All the people gonna beat up on you. It's just, you put it out there. It's what you're gonna create. So instead of putting all those things out there and wondering about who's got what and how can I become like them, just accept who you are fully and stop competing with yourself, because that's all you're doing by looking outwardly and being like, I've got to do better than them and them and them. They're just extensions of yourself, they're versions of yourself, and if they're showing up in your reality to trigger you enough for you to think about them and know them well enough to know what they have or what they do, then they're showing you something about yourself that you need to face. And once you face it, accept it, heal it, love it, you become like integrated with it, you're good with it, you don't care anymore, you're not triggered by it anymore, and you move on to the next thing. So that would be, the best first thing I would think if I wanted to, feel more open to loving and accepting of the whole collective, consciousness out here. So let me see, where's my question? Here we go. All right. Hey. All right, I'm like, where'd it go? So Cal Mac 1234 says, will my twin flame communicate with me ever? Again, I was like, let me see what the rest of that says, because I don't want to just assume. Ever again. The first, in divine time, things will align. Will my twin flame communicate? Oh my goodness, you got 222. The twin flame, divine partnership, soulmate. And in patience, just like that, they will be back. So basically, yeah, they're your person, and yeah, they're gonna come back. It's gonna be quick, but you, like, kind of like with the message I was just saying, like, hey, when we're like feeling, like, it's the same kind of thing. Again, like in all of reality, all of consciousness, everything that we do, everywhere we go, we're always in a vibration, and we're always emitting a reality that we're like lined up with through our thoughts and our fears and our doubts and all of that shit that's going on. If you're the divine feminine, you need to be in the receptive, receiving mode, allowing it to come to you, and releasing the, like, is it ever gonna come? Because that thought right there, it puts it out, like, it ain't coming, it's not here, it's nowhere near here, I don't even know if it's ever gonna come here. Like, if I'm the creator of my reality and I'm living in that reality, it's gonna be really fucking hard for that reality to manifest if I'm thinking, in those terms. And they're like, it's gonna be a few weeks to go, but you can make it faster, you can make it slow with your perspective. So, instead of looking at it as like, oh, it's going to be so long, or I don't know if it's ever going to come, just try to know, like, in divine time, things will align. Like, if it's supposed to be, it's going to be. Release the illusion. Release your confusion. Know that time is also an illusion. Like, time is bullshit. It's not real. We've created it here so that people can be a part of their slave system and happily go to work at the right time. It's just not real. It's just a thing. It's just made up. So don't even, you don't waste your freaking years and years and years waiting or doing things that aren't healthy, because it's like decades will come and go if you don't choose to grow. So you got to choose to grow so that you expand and become infinite and more intelligent and more aligned to the reality that matches with the healed version of yourself, which is usually a union because you've reached it within yourself. So, you have the 414, the 313, you get the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy coming here. And this has been showing up, in the, like I did all the readings last night for the membership on the Bridget channel, and the same message over and over and over was like, you've got to balance, you've got to balance, you've got to be balanced, you've got to be you yourself, not you and him or other people around you. It's you have both of these energies, and you do have a divine masculine foundation that is spiritually like protected. It's good, so you don't have to worry about them not coming back or them not showing up or them whatever. Like, just know that if it's your true person that you're meant to be with, or that's going to serve you in some way, that's going to help you to grow, or while you grow and you heal and you shift, you'll be taking yourself out of the timelines that you're in right now, going into the wholeness and completion of the new reality that you want to go within, as soon as you drop the confusion and the illusions and the bullshit, like fears and the doubts and that perspective. Because like, think about when you sit there and you stare at the clock, it takes a lot longer to go by than if you just live your life and enjoy your time. So just know that in divine time, things are going to align. Be receptive and open to them by trusting and knowing that you are the creator and they're coming to you because you trust and believe in them, and you're not going to sit there impatient. Because if you sit there impatient, you're going to block it. But being in the vibration of impatience, you're perpetuating more of that. Whatever you put out is what you attract. So if you want to feel, loved, love yourself. If you want to feel good about yourself, feel good right now. Just make a conscious choice. I am aligned with my divine union. I am receptive. I am balanced. I am whole. I am healed. I am good. I know my foundation is protected. I know that things are going to align at the right perfect time. And I have been growing, and I am ascending, and I am, doing everything I need to do. And I trust the universe to deliver whatever needs to come when it needs to come. I'm not going to try to control the fucking situation because that doesn't help. So I'm just going to know that the one that I miss is going to come for a kiss, that they are an awakening partnership. They may be, helping to manifest their own thoughts in a progression of love. But the big thing here is to let go and let it be. Once you have established that thing inside of you of like, I'm good, I'm whole, I know it's coming, it's going to be like right around the corner. I don't have to fear it, I don't have to doubt it. I can just emanate and like try to imagine who you would be right now if it was here right now. Like, how would you be showing up to the world differently if you had that reality playing out? And then embody that. And if you embody that, you do the work around it, and you're healing and you're growing and all of those things, and then like that person still doesn't show up, then that's when we start to be like, maybe that's not the one. Maybe they're never gonna come because they're just not the one. But that's not what I'm saying to you. I'm just saying, always have like that, have that sense of like logical, left brain thinking. Like, it could possibly be that I'm, not correct about that person. So I'm not going to hold on to it with all of my life and all of my might, because that could set me up to a really bad experience. And I want to evolve and grow and no longer be that person that's like miserable. So you are aligned with your soul's mission. Know that things are going to start manifesting. And then I got the 888 and the 818, and these are about abundance and manifesting. So I've been seeing a lot of this. We have the Lionsgate next month, 888. Expansion, seeing results, awakening, infinite strength, abundance, infinite connection. So you could do some automatic writing, or you could do some meditation. I definitely feel like you're awakening something at this time within the foundation, the 444, that's going to help you to, take this upgrade in your life that's going to take you to the next level. Because maybe you've been out of alignment, maybe you've been getting all confused and sad and it was like, dude, it was just time for a fucking break. Chill out. You don't have to freak out. Just let it go. Because when you hold on and you freak out, you make it longer and worse. So relax. Know that they are your true person. And when you think about the gravity of like, they're not here just to fulfill you. They're not here to make you happy and just be like tra la 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 la. They're like, if you're here on this mission, it's not even about you. It's more about evolving, growing, healing, helping this collective consciousness to shift, helping people to rise. So for some people, you may have thought, you had a twin, but they could be whack. They could be the one that you need to be like, dude, fuck you, I'm out of here. Like I learned my lesson, I evolved and I grew, because I'm here to overcome and grow. And once I do, I will align with the divine, union, with wherever that needs to be, with whoever that needs to be with. But I'm going to trust what's meant to be will be, and what's not won't. And I'm not going to force things that aren't divine in my life. I'm not going to force things that aren't like just easily manifesting into my world. So I'm going to create and inspire, because that's going to set my life on fire. When I do that from my healthy foundation, I can trust and know that this absence has brought balance of either removing somebody that was not serving people, or bringing them back around in a more aligned energy that's like, hey, I'm back just like that, because I just needed to go change. I just needed to become a better version of me. You know, I am your true person, and I will do what I need to do. But you know, in some cases that may not have been the case, and some people may have needed to let go of that in order for a new opportunity, a new expansion to come on in, to be built. You know, so just don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of allowing things to shift, because when we don't allow for this, that's when we stack. That's when nothing happens at all. Because if we're like, so I want this reality, and I want this reality only, and like the one that we could have is just like a smidgen over here. It's just a little different. Like you don't have your dog in this one or something. Like it's just a little tiny different. You may not even know who the dog was ever. Like just a little bit different. But you gotta let go of that one that you're like, ah. So try to look at it in that sense of that. Like never be like, ah, because if you do, you cause delays for no reason. There's no fucking reason to be that bad about stuff. Okay. So let me see. Is there negative energy around me? Cup of tea. Cup of tea. Here, cup of tea. When people ask things like that, I feel like they kind of already know. Like, is there negative energy around me? Like, there's been some bad shit, or it's just like something not feeling right, or somebody being kind of a douche. But then again, you know, you might have watched a tarot reading and they could have been like, oh, yeah, and freaked you the fuck out. And it may not be the case. But I want you to just like listen to your intuition and feel, because anywhere you go, anything you do, everywhere you've been, you know, all the stuff that you've overcome in your life, all the adversities, your lived experiences are unique and meaningful. So you can share your stories with others. But again, they probably, like, if you've got some, like, you know, I've been through some trauma and pain, that wasn't fun, that wasn't good, that wasn't high vibe and aligned. And if you've never, you know, learned to cultivate, like, how to open the vortex, or channel energy, or protect yourself inside of a space, or cut cords, or just do whatever you gotta do, you know, in regards to what you're doing. Because some people are healers, some people want to channel energy through them to others, some people are empaths, they just want to fucking protect themselves inside of the vortex. Other people may need to bring in energy and frequency to deliver certain messages that have been like bombarding them, that could be perceived as like, this is negative energy, oh my god, there's like a demon here or whatever. But it could just be spirit like, hey, please pick up some cards because I need to talk to you, I want to talk to you, please talk to me, you know. So things like, I get stuff knocking over, weird shit happening. Like last night, I gave my bell away, like I had a little bell, gave it to somebody that was here recently. And last night I was reading out of the shaman cards for one of the girls in the membership, and it was like talking about bells and like how they get rid of negative entities and dark blah 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 blah. And it was like, it was at like the weirdest moment. It was like, I'm like, I don't have a bell. I know I don't have a bell. Person that I gave the bell to was in the live, and they were like, oh my god. So if you have interaction with spirit, or you see things like spiritual signs, you know, like animals showing up and acting weird, like we have a cardinal that goes into my Jeep every day, like every day, fights itself in my mirror, and is like in and out of the Jeep all day long. I know that's a family member. Like my mother told me on her deathbed, she's like, I'm going to come back as a cardinal. So, you know, there's usually something tied to these things when it's like physical like that. But it can be scary when like you're here alone and all of a sudden all these cards are just flying off of for no reason. There's no wind, nothing changed, but they are flying. That could be, you know, spirit trying to get you to pay attention to the message or to see something. So yeah, like you got the eyes that see beyond the illusions. The eyes that see beyond illusions, you are a seer, and you have committed to a divine union. So that usually, if that's the case, you have a frequency to shift around you. You're probably a starseed. You're here to overcome and grow, and you have those eyes to see shit that other people don't, or know shit that other people don't, and you can cleanse other people as well. But you also want to be cleansing yourself, protecting yourself. You could be a shadow walker, which for this is basically like you're a master of duality. Like, you've been through the dark, you've been through the bad. You probably didn't have like the best upbringing or like the easiest experiences on the way here, and that can be bad and hard to go through. But they're gonna, like, those experiences make you who you are as a healer, because without those experiences you wouldn't have healed, or know like what it's like to be in those moments that you can now turn around and help other people through oracle cards, through yoga, through creative expression. Like, you don't have to be an expert painter to fucking hold a paint night and have people paint their feelings onto a canvas. Like you just do what you want to do, what you're guided to do. And if you feel that there's things around you, or some sort of block, or something's not manifesting, or like things just don't feel right, or energetically with something or somebody, you can call in the remover of obstacles with chanting. Like, Om Gam Gane Pade Namaha is one of the chants. You can just do Om. You could play the drum. You can play the bowl. You could do really any type of high vibe, like the bell. Again, bing, gets rid of the low vibes. These shake up like negative energy, get rid of negative energy, disperse it, get away. Like, if I'm working on a person, I will spiral around like on top of a circle, pull it out, throw it away. So it's up to you. You can be the one that's going to remove these obstacles out of your life, however it feels right to you. However you feel like that works for me, that's what I want to do, or how it makes sense for me to use stuff. So you're on the right path. You do have support, helping you at this time. And I do feel like you may be able to be somebody that works with, even essences, like just different, like, essential oils, or making your own thing. Like, maybe you're going to make some herbs or something, or whatever it feels aligned for you to do. That can support you, because there's protective ones, there's cleansing ones, there's high vibe ones, there's low vibe ones, there's other types of vibes, flowers again. And I felt like it wasn't necessarily essential oils, it could be herbs. And then, like, for the vortex, when I do stuff, when I want to like open that vortex, or I'm somewhere and I'm like, I don't have Rose with me, but I really want to bring the energy and frequency of Rose into this healing session. When I open the vortex, I imagine like a tornado opening around me, going all the way down to the heart center, boom, grounded into the heart, and then expanding it out, speeding it up to just the speed of light. So it's really fucking fast, and anything inside of it or outside of it that's not in the vibration of love without condition will not be allowed to stay there. So it's either going to get out or it ain't coming in. And then from above me, from source, creator, all that is, oneness, that's literally all frequencies and energies, and I'd be like, hey, yo, source of all things, please send down a pillar of light, infuse the energies and frequencies into my crown that has the rose essence, or into the heart of the person that I'm working on, or wherever I want it, however I need it. There's infinite options. The only thing that limits us is us. If you're an artist, if you're creative, express yourself however you want to do it, best way to do it, and then practice that. Your intention is the biggest thing. It's like just going back into being like that inner child that trusts and knows and is like I am magic, I am a healer. Like, you don't have to be attuned to Reiki to heal. Like, everybody has an innate ability. Like, you fucking hate yourself, do you grab it? Yeah, because you're channeling energy there in that moment. As healers, we all have it. When you go to like a class and you become Reiki attuned, that helps you to understand things better, and that helps you to be a better healer. But like me, my automatic writing that I do all the time, nonstop, 24/7, that just came. That came when I was a kid. Nobody taught me that. I don't have a certificate for that. I just do it. The sound bowls, the things that I create, like the meditations, me. Nobody else taught me that. Like, there was no class for that. I just did it. I use my classes in a lot of the other things that I do, but for the most part, I found that like the stuff that really takes off, like my tarot, nobody taught me tarot. I taught myself tarot. Stuff that goes big, I taught myself. I didn't let somebody else limit me by fear. So know that you are the high priestess. You have the answers. You can be a divine channel. You've got those eyes that see beyond the illusion. Protect yourself, anchor yourself. Like if you're going to be like, I'm going to channel and I'm going to do automatic writing, or I'm going to do this or do that or whatever, and I really feel like you can, because you get the automatic writing, you had the wisdom words, and you get the Akashic Records, which is another book. So, and this is like all the information that there ever was. I feel like you can creatively express these things onto paper or into something, somehow, some way that you would like. But that's up to you to decide how you're going to do it. You can infuse it into crystals, or you could, bring it into your readings, or you can drum it through the drum, or you can chant it through chanting. But open the vortex. Do some sort of protection before you channel energies. That way you're not susceptible to things that are not of a high vibe, or things that are not going to, come in and feel shitty, because that's usually where those things come from. It's just us not being mindful of ourselves. But you are a frequency shifter, so even if there is something shitty there, you can frequency shift it and get the fuck out of there, and you'll be good. Okay, so, should I be a social worker? Should I be a social worker? Let's see. Oh my goodness, what the fuck? Yes, that was fucking the easiest thing I think I've ever done. Counseling, healer. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Yeah, you should. If you've been debating this, it says you heal with kind words, wise advice, and empathic ear. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So take that leadership role in your life. Know that you have the fucking freedom to do whatever you want. Like the fact that you're here asking, should I? Is like, that's tells me that there's like a need for you to be like more confident about you stepping into that role, because there's no reason why you shouldn't. Like, if you fucking aligned to it, obviously you want to, or you wouldn't be asking, should I? And I feel like it's gonna, like, people get weird, like what am I, like, I'm not this, I'm not that, I didn't do this thing, I didn't do that thing. Wherever you are, you're where you need to be. And usually, like, I found for my work, wherever I am, the people who come to me, they're usually either right there with me or a few steps behind, and they don't bring me anything that I'm not ready for. So you just trust and know that, like, nothing's gonna appear on your path until you're ready for it. You don't have to worry about it. So, maybe you didn't have the perfect family growing up, and that's what's inspired you to want to, like, go help people or help children, or deliver this thing to others that maybe you wish that you had. But just know that you are protected, and you can set that intention. Like, please don't, like, put me into a situation that I can't handle yet, or whatever. But also be the leader in your life, and know that you do have what it takes to be that person. Like, that was the clearest fucking yes ever. And I didn't know what was going to come out of this deck, because I just wasn't expecting or knowing. But find your strength to find that freedom to do this, and you will be very happy when you do. And you don't have to, like, go through massive amounts of schooling to start. Like, you can go, volunteer somewhere. You can become a fucking counselor. Like, everybody self-appoints themselves now. Like, go on fucking Udemy and, like, do a course, and then there you are. Or go on, and do a YouTube of, like, answering the certain questions that you would like whatever the thing is. Like, I want to help children in this situation. Okay, well then come up with 100 videos that you can talk about, like 100 topics that you feel like you would be able to, I want to talk about those things, and then just study and get, like, the actual things that align to you, that they're going to come from you because you're speaking on it. But also, look for research, like do the work behind it, because that's going to teach you too by practicing. That's one of the reasons why, like, I was, like, doing tarot in the beginning. When I started doing tarot, was because I was practicing. Because, like, me sitting here doing a reading by myself is a completely different feeling of me doing a reading for the collective and then listening back to it and receiving the messages from it. So practice however you feel, like you would like to, and know that you are committed to a sacred union, that you are here to overcome and grow the difficulties in life, and that you plant seeds wherever you go. So you already are, I feel like you already are a channel, like a healer or a counselor of sorts, and you just need to, like, find the way that you want to do it. You want to write a book, you want to do it through spoken word, you want to do it through music, you want to do it through however, it's up to you. Alright, and then Empath protection. The best method to stop absorbing other people's shit. um, well, for me, the thing that has helped me the most is the vortex. Like when I figured out the vortex, that's literally what I do everything from. Like when I make a spray, I'm in the vortex. When I make like a meditation, I'm in the vortex. When I'm doing a reading, I'm in the vortex. When I'm doing anything to do with this stuff, channeling frequencies and energies, creating something from the divine, I'm in the vortex. And the vortex protects you. But you have to believe in it, trust in it, and speak on it. Like if you go to work and you're not like, okay, like let me envision my fucking vortex, then don't expect it to help you, because it's not going to just show up and be like, okay, let me put myself up. So you could do that. Tourmaline, obsidian, like any like the black crystals seem to be pretty powerful, like in absorbing the negativity of things around us, because it just like it goes into it. But you don't want it to get so full that it's not working anymore. So like say you bring something with you to work every day for like a week or whatever, and you forget to clear it, or you don't charge it with like selenite, or set up a grid or whatever. Like however you feel guided for you, what works in your mind is what's going to work best for you. Like there's certain sprays that are like sage, right? I could do a sage spray. I do a Palo Santo spray. I do my fucking Florida water, which is literally cleansing on like a physical sense too, because it's got alcohol in it. It smells amazing. They literally like put this in like mop water. They put this in like their bath water. They put this on their face. They spit it on you into the fire. Like the shamans use this stuff everywhere. I put it in a spray bottle so I don't have to spit it on people. But it's like really high concentrate of alcohol. Smells amazing. Really good vibe. I love it. I don't like the New York kind. I like the kind from Peru. It's a yellow, like concentrate. There's one that's like New York. It's green. It's horrible. Don't get that. Get this. Shamansmarket.com, or I found it on Amazon a couple times. It's hit or miss because people lie and say that it's yellow and it's not fucking yellow. Like smoky quartz is good, and again, programming a crystal when you get it, like oh I got my crystal, but if you don't sit there with intention and tell it what you want it to do, it ain't gonna be doing it. And then when you feel like it needs to be cleared, you could put it out in the moonlight, you could put it into like a thing of salt, you could put it into some water, depending on what it is. Like if it's selenite, you don't want to put it in water because this is soluble. It's a salt, literally salt water that turned into a very soft crystal that will not over, you can put it in water and get it wet, but don't let it soak because it's going to get bad. But you can use selenite to cleanse and clear other crystals that have been taking up too much. If you got a crystal with a point, you can point it into directions of like, fuck you, motherfucker, stay away from me, motherfucker, and you could do that into all the 4 directions around you. Like again, like these guys here, just like a chunk of this somewhere, like put it under your seat. And again, when you're doing that, putting that there, like imagine, like I'm putting this here because it's going to absorb the bullshit that comes at me all day long. But not only that, like if you're doing these, get some quartz that's going to amplify and magnify good vibes to you. Like I'm gonna point this at me so that all the good high vibe, like energetic, woohoo, good way, I feel nice, is coming at me, and then all the bad, negative, crappy crap is going into those. And then at least, once a week, cleanse them. You can use smoke from Palo Santo, you can use the spray, you can use the sunlight, the moonlight, whatever you want. It's intention. It's all intention. That's it. The biggest thing of all of this, intention. And whatever resonates for you, that you feel like when I do this action, I feel like I'm making a difference. I can feel the shift in the energy. When I put on my Pleiadian Passion, before I do certain things, like I can feel the shift. When I light Palo Santo, like I had somebody hand me Palo Santo once, and it didn't feel right because I didn't fucking light it. I'm like, this is not right. This is broken. And it was just because I didn't light it. So it's like the ritual, the 3D parts of us. Come up with a ritual that you feel, oh, this is serving me, or this is helping me to do this XYZ, and then it will. Oh, and then labradorite. I mean, fucking labradorite is just, it's the magician's stone. It's a starseed stone. It's like my drug of choice. Um, Calling on Archangel Michael to cut cords. Like if somebody comes in and you feel their shit and they like drain you when they are there, call on him like immediately and be like, dude, fucking protect me from this person. Cut these cords that are. Stop feeling bad for people. Stop feeling bad. Like, no, don't feel bad for yourself, but like stop feeling bad for everybody else. Know that like sometimes people suck. Sometimes people do bad things, and sometimes people are gonna drain you just because they are fucking who they are. You can either let it continue to do that forever, and or stand in your power and be like, fuck you, take my power back. But labradorite is a good one for transmutation. I'm sure you guys have noticed I have a little bit of it, but I don't know what, like I feel like the colors of it too. There's just magic, something magic about it. All right. How do I connect with guides more? I can't connect with the Lyrans or archetypes, and I'm confused as fuck. All right. So first of all, you're saying I can't connect with them is the problem. Like you thinking that and believing that is now creating that reality of like I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So now I can't do it. But I know you have. So like that's a lie because you have. You've already done it. I've seen you. You were like, oh my god, blah 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 was here. Like the one you were afraid of, you didn't want to connect to, but they showed up. I think that may have been tied to this too, like the whole archetype one, where it's like, I'm afraid, so I'm going to shut it down, which is what we do when we don't, like when we're kids and stuff, we're like, oh my god, it's scary shit. We shut down the ability to see or perceive the like invisible world or the scary things around us. So, I'm going to kill that dog. Every time. Basically, try like doing whatever you do normally, like when you go outside, talking to Pleiadians or the Syrians or the Vega, like whoever you normally connect with, because I know you've connected with different ones or different things and had results, and I know you've connected with the Lyrans. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't do it. Like every time I connect to the Lyrans, they give me all this energy, and I get all these things done, and it's like woohoo, power. So something has happened from to now that like has made you believe something that's detrimental in the grand scheme of things. It's not true. All right, hot dog. Basically, oh my god, with the whole like I can't do it. You know the power of affirmations. You know that when you say those things, they create those things. So I know how powerful those have been for you just in general. I feel like if you just affirm the opposite and remember, like I have already done, like just go to the like logical thing of like I've already done that. I've already connected with the archetype. I've connected with the tree, and I've connected with the Pleiadians, and I've done this and I've done that. Like there's no way. Like there's no reason for me to think that I cannot do it. So I think that right there itself could be the release for you. And then if not, opening the vortex specifically for Lyra or specifically for an archetype, or when you open the four directions, instead of like going into all four of them, just start with the one that you want. And again, maybe you're trying to start in the one that you're not supposed to, because in some places like around the world they start in a different direction. Like I start in the south because that's what my teacher told me to start with, but you may need to start with the north, or maybe the archetype for the north is the one that wants to work with you first because of some reason. Maybe you know what, the north is the hummingbird, and the hummingbird is the one that brings us joy and happiness, and that like, yay, I'm gonna like rise above all these little obstacles and things and have that like stamina to keep going and to remind me of the joy of life and like being grateful for life and like, oh my god, everything's so sweet and tasty, yay. So I feel like you might need that. I'm looking up here and seeing south too. These are penguins and these are abundance. So you've already been like I know you've been bringing in abundance. You've been doing what you need to do there. disperse the ideas, the false things that you're holding on to, the beliefs. Disperse the energies around you that could be creating fear, doubt. I feel like there's a part of you that's like emotionally upset too, and you're like, I am afraid to immerse myself into this because I don't know what I'm gonna see. I don't know exactly what to feel or expect, or like how, like, what if this, what if that, what about the eyes, I know sometimes our fears will keep us from what we really do want, because our subconscious is stronger than the conscious. So protect yourself, like all those things I was just saying. Open the vortex and know that you're protected. Even if you see something, they cannot come into the vortex. They're not going to get you. And if you see them, fucking expand the vortex out to the place where you cannot see them, so that you won't see them. And they can't come in there. And the archetypes are not bad. Lyrans are not bad. Anything that you invite into the vortex is not going to be bad, because it's going to be the highest vibration of light. That's why we do the vortex. So that we don't invite shit in that's not, of the light or of the high vibration, or safe to be there with us. So express yourself, feel emotionally balanced, feel trusting of that energy that you can. With the West, it's about purging, so purge anything that's not serving you. Write down on a piece of paper the idea that I cannot fucking connect with the Lyrans, who I've already connected with. It's given me ample energy and abundance, and I'm gonna get rid of that belief. I'm gonna get rid of the belief that I can't connect with the archetypes, even though I already have, and I know I can, and I'm gonna do this. Write that belief down, burn it out, and purge it out, or even flush it down the toilet. Little tiny piece of paper. There you go. It's steadily leaving your life through water. And then the transfiguration is basically like you transfiguring the mind and the body and the energy around you for the new truth, so that you can explore the divination and the things that are going to give you messages to awaken you. Because I know you want to do this. I know you want to go on the vision quest. I know you want to, get deeper into all of this. But there's also a part of you that's like, I don't know. So it's just a fight between those two parts of yourself. Call on the council, call on your ancestors, call on, like when I first started off doing things, I call on the angels, archangels, ascended masters, multidimensional beings, Pleiadian, Arcturian, Lyran, Andromedan, Syrian, Vegan, Avian, consciousness, blah. And I called everybody to come help me to do what I needed to do. So you might want to, call on the lodge or the councils to come in for the emergence of your, stuff while you're getting used to it. And then when you're abundant in it and you're immersed in it, you'll be fine. And you can be able to trust the mystery at that point, because it won't be a mystery anymore. You'll be like, I know what happens now. It's it's not a big deal. Nothing's going to, be bad. I can give offerings. Like if you feel nervous or whatever, you can always give an offering too, to appease spirit. Have that Anyi energy going on of I've made a sacrifice. Not in I've killed something, but hey, here's some flowers. Hey, here's a feather that I found, or just something. The offer. It's the offering that is the important thing. So if you just offer your love, offer your time, offer your care, whatever, offer fruit, offer flower, whatever. But then keep continuing on the wheel and don't stop. Don't get stuck. Don't freak yourself out. Purge the false things that aren't true, or are going to keep you from the sustenance that you would like to have as you go towards your future on your vision quest. All right. If you have more questions about the archetypes or something, let me know, because I think I remember back when I first started Moon and Key, I was confused as well, because I didn't really have any guidance with it. But that's you aren't expected to come out the gate knowing them hey, we're buddy. You are expected to cultivate your relationship with them. I literally feel just now, 7 fucking years later, I'm going from serpent to jaguar. That's how long it took me to really get that full thing, the serpent. And the only reason I felt that was because of what happened when I was doing the stuff that I was doing, and the dogs I had the repeat day, but this time they killed the serpent, and then the jaguar was coming in, and synchronicity. But it felt okay, I'm done on that base level. I've got that down. I can take care of myself in the physical material world now. I've got my home and stuff, and I'm good. Now I can go to the emotional part, which definitely feels that's where I've been. So it may shift as you go through things too. All right, let's see. Holy moly. Um, all right, so somebody's got a couple questions. It was saying, when will I have a baby, and can I be a boss? I want to have my own business, and for that, I'm just gonna say yeah. Like if you want to do something, there is no reason to think that you can't do it, or that like you're exempt somehow from the rest of the world, because there's literally nobody on the planet that's like we all come in, we all have the same capabilities, we all have the same, maybe there's somebody out there that, it was easier for them because they had more money, or it was easier for them because they had connections. But it doesn't fucking matter, because there's been people on the planet that had nothing, that built themselves up from the ground up, or did the most, crazy fucking thing, because they believed and they tried and they did it, and they proved everybody wrong that told them that they couldn't do it. So the only, thing that you ever want to steer clear of is the negative mindset of like, I can't do that. If you have like a 9-to-5 job, I wouldn't just be like, okay, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. Start a side hustle of what you want to do, what you like to do. And if you really like what you do, and you love it, and you're like, oh my god, it's not going to feel like work, so you can do it on top of another job for the time that you have to do that. And then once you start making the money, you switch over when you feel like you're ready to make that switch. But you got to believe in yourself, because if you switch over and stop believing in yourself, you stop making money. But yes, you can be your own boss. I feel like that's just a yeah for everybody on the planet. And then with the baby, let's see. So it says, what are you waiting for? Open the door, create and inspire, set your life on fire. I feel like you're just wanting to create shit, man. You're like, I just want to have my own boss, I want to have some stuff, I want to make a baby. I feel like going through beginnings and endings right now, like a cycle of completion has become upon you, and you're surrendering the past for a new chapter. So you could be like ready to give birth to something good. Like that maybe it's not necessarily a baby, maybe it's not necessarily a career, or being a boss of a place, but there's something that wants to be birthed into the world. And rather than throwing all these don't be willy-nilly about it, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, don't just have a baby just because. Don't just start a business just because those things won't succeed. They can, but they're not going to be cultivated in love and in the intention of this is what I'm doing because I really want to do it, or this is the best place for me, and I really explored my options and thought all about it. You have starseed codes of unconditional love that want to applaud you in that divine feminine energy. And again, divine feminine energy is the mother, she's the nurturer, she's going to be the one to make babies. So I feel like you just need to allow yourself to embrace that part of you. And if there's been somebody or something absent around you for a while, just know that was bringing you balance to your life, so that you could have clarity in your world. And this is going to be the year when somebody opens their heart. So you're going to get hit with Cupid's dart. So you're going to make the right person, the right things, of the right opportunities, the right moments, the right experiences for you to have the baby, and for you to have the career, and for you to have the things that you would like to have. So tomorrow is another day. Try again another day. Whatever hasn't worked up until now in life, plant the seeds of potential to grow right now, the new stuff that you would like to have with a divine person that's going to be the masculine to the feminine, and the feminine to the masculine, and in that place of balance for the rebirth and frequency shifting of anything that needs to shift, so that you can grow. And they're saying never stop working on yourself. So keep motivated about improving. Yesterday came, tomorrow will too. What am I going to do? You get to decide how you want to live your life. And with the green growing on the vine, relax and know that you have time. There's no rush. If you're oh my god, I gotta hurry up, I'm running out of time for this, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, you've got plenty of fucking time. You've got abundance coming to you. Something's coming back into your life quickly. You may be a little bit out of alignment right in this now moment, but within a few weeks to go, if you keep saving and cultivating and trusting, a new dawn will appear, and everything will be in alignment for you to have those savings acquired for that ending of the old and the beginning of something new, where you can be free to create and express and have the dream life that you would want. But make sure you think about it and feel your way through it. Don't just don't just take action just to take action on those big types of decisions. Make sure you feel it in your soul. He reaches out lately, but then steps back in time. Do I have to do anything to him feel better? He reaches out lately, but then he steps back at times. So, do I have to do anything to him for him to feel better? Punch him in the head. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do that. Another mistake. Another mistake. Oh, you're the High Priestess. High Priestess, trust your inner knowing, sacred feminine essence, and I feel like you kind of know, like, the essence of the feminine is not really doing, it's being, it's receiving, it's letting go, it's trusting, it is receptive, and letting him come to you. So what you can do is, focus on you. When he pulls back, meet him there. Like, everybody has these tendencies of, like, oh, they like, this person that I like, I'm investing in them, and I'm giving them my time, my energy, devotion, my love, and all of this wonderful stuff that they probably like having. But then they pull back because they take it for granted, and what do? I try to give them more. Which is like, no, we're not going to give more to people who fucking don't receive it well anyways to begin with, or don't give it back at the same capacity that I'm giving. We need balanced love. We need people who are going to show up and prove that they even deserve your time and energy and attention to begin with. Remember your value. Remember that you deserve somebody that is there, all the time, wanting to be there, like, doesn't play this fucking hot and cold back and forth. If he wants to be like, oh, you do it. You pull back and don't engage yourself further ahead, because you already know this. I know you know this. This High Priestess energy, it's like, this, that's why you're asking it, because you're like, maybe they're going to tell me I can do that thing I would like to do, but I know I shouldn't do. So you connect with and decode frequency from the higher dimensional beings. Spirit's always like, and then we have depression. It is in the dark that you feel your heart. So obviously you're probably not, like, having a grand old time, but there's the feminine again, and it says receptive and nurturing. So instead of focusing on him, or focusing on feeling sad, or focusing on, like, he's not doing what I would like him to do, or he's doing this thing, or he did that, or like, don't even give it, like, energy or focus or your awareness as much as you do, like, when it's happening, because I know, like, our instinct is like, I want to look at that because that's fucking, like, that we're driving down the highway, there's a huge fucking crash, I'm gonna look at that. We don't need to do that. We can, nope. Like, look at the beautiful fucking thing over there. It's like, wow, it's giving me things that I like, and it's treating me nice and making me happy, but I'm gonna look at the fucking chaos over here that's like a mess. Just try to make that conscious choice to choose to not focus on the things that don't make you feel good. It's like, you don't want to be in the dark. You don't want to be feeling your heart all sad and depressed. You want to be receptive and nurturing and open and receiving for the opportunity for divine, aligned love, the good things that are going to be like, yeah, for the clarity of knowing, like, good things are coming. My foundation's protected. The one that I miss will come for a kiss because I gave him space to miss me too. So their absence brings balance. Again, know that, like, when they do step back, there's probably a reason. So don't get triggered by it, because that's what he probably expects to see. You be like, ah! So don't get triggered by it. Try to just go create and inspire somewhere else with yourself, shift that focus onto something else. And then just know, like, if you don't get to that impatient place, they will be back just like that. And you will have, like, created something nice in that time that they were gone, because you didn't focus on them in the darkness and you went and cleared those illusions, and you figured out what was true and who was real and what you should be doing, and you stopped watching the clock. So you stopped that obsessed, repressed energy, and you're not complacent because you're creating and you're being the divine feminine, and that's going to bring you your 2-2-2 partnership, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, the thing that you would like to change within that situation, the confusion that you're like, I don't know. Well, go take a look in a book, because the answers that you seek are going to come next week. Know that your foundation's protected by the divine. If you've been feeling sad, it's okay, feel it, but then release it and let it go so that you're not staying there. Yeah, because like it could be seconds if you count all your blessings. Like if you're feeling good and high vibe and you're like not work, like you're like, I'm working on myself and I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not being, low vibey or stuck in some like toxic mindset, or I'm not like actively chasing and pursuing somebody that doesn't even deserve that right now. Then like if you choose to do that growth of the opposite of those types of things, you're gonna know within a few days what's happening. So just take the breaks when the breaks come, and know that like you're making progress. So there's no reason to be complacent. Expect to be wowed any day now, and live in that vibration of like, any day now things are going to be like fucking amazing. Everything's always coming together for me. Everything's always working out for me. Like, I believe in myself. I know I'm good. I'm no longer that person that gets triggered by this shit. I'm no longer the person that like doesn't have healthy boundaries. I'm going to say no to them when they're not serving me, and I'm going to bring awareness to others that maybe haven't treated me in an equal balance, because I've got free will and I can create whatever I like, and I come from love for myself. And when I do, true love can come to my life, and I can be grounded in the moment, and allow that to be, and not worry, not freak out, not go to the worst case scenario. Oh, he's going to be with someone else, or he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, if that's the case, if you think those things when he's not there in that moment, then you shouldn't even want him. Because if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. Step out of the comfort zone and see if you can even have that trust with somebody. Like, if I don't have the trust with you, then what the fuck do I want you? Let me let you go. If you want to run, fucking run away, because you just lie and deny and do things that hurt me anyway. So what the fuck am I creating this reality for, when I could be creating one that's much, much better? So I could move on to better days. So try to get into that vibration of true love is mine when I love myself enough to see the things in that way and believe the things in that way, and not stay stuck in the limiting beliefs or the ideas or the vibrations that keep me in these things that maybe aren't serving, or don't make me feel happy, or don't reflect healthy boundaries. Because like maybe he runs away, but then he comes back around whenever he wants, how he wants. Like, you've got to be the one that starts to like meet him there. If he's not always available to you, don't always be available to him. Make yourself scarce. Go have a life outside of whatever's been going on. Go create and inspire. Fill yourself up with gratitude, because that's going to bring more stuff for you. Nurture healthy relationships. So if this person's not giving the healthy relationship, go find other people who will give you healthy dynamics. It doesn't mean you got to go date other people or sleep with other people, but just have a reciprocal energy between you and other people, to see how that feels, to be respected and treated well. And that you are learning your lessons, and that you're growing, because there's been a hidden message and lesson in all of this for you. And if you don't get that, if you don't learn that, like, then you're running from the truth. So he's going to continue to mirror that back to you by running from the truth of his feelings. So when you want things to change, affirm the new reality, believe the new things, shift the new things, do the healing work, and expect him to meet you there, because you're both mirroring to each other that new state of being, or that new state of mind from that energy that you created as you healed. So pray and ask for assistance, be open to the abundance, and do what you gotta do to get to the next step. Okay. I think I already got that one. Yeah. I did that one. I did that one. I did that. How can I clear myself to channel more from my guides? I feel blocked. So for that, basically, like what I was talking about earlier with like the opening of the vortex, spraying the palisade, like we've got to come up with our own rituals usually. Like I find like for me, when I go to other people's centers, I would get there and open the vortex, I'd do the Palo Santo, I would set up the seats, and I would like go through my whole ritual of setting up for what I was going to do for trance channeling. When I was doing it at home with my like video, it's like I set myself up with the video thing, and I get that set, and I'm like, all right, I put my oil on, and I like spread myself, and into the wind, to the west, into the boop, but the boop, but the boom, but the boom, and I go through the things that for me feel good and make sense to me to do. But everybody has their own way of doing that. Like when I write, I just write. Writing, like I don't have to think about it. It just here it comes. That's all nonstop. Like my fucking brain is rhyming 24/7. I gotta try to like put an effort into making it stop sometimes. So, whatever you have that you feel like is the thing for you that you want to do and like deliver through, you know, get into the, like, what do I want my thing to be? And I saw a thing recently, or like I had somebody reach out to me about, you know, promoting their, like, their thing that they had, and they asked me like what I liked on their site, and I saw that the cacao I can't even say it, the chocolate, but it's like for ritual, you know, it's like I'm gonna do this ritual, and it was like tantric kind, it was like a tantric chocolate fucking hoo-hoo, and I was like, hey, I can do that. And I was gonna do like a ritual for everybody on one of the channels. If that happens, I don't even know. Like, that may be something that they're not, like, you know, putting as part of the options of things that you can have. But like having something like that, like every day I get up, or like every time I'm gonna do this thing, I do my sage, and I do my palo, or I do my, you know, incense stick, or I do 3 spins, or I do a salt circle, or I hold these 2 crystals, or I put this necklace on, or it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's for you and it serves you and it feels right to you. It could be the rattle, it could be the bell, it could be anything, just to shift. And some people just snap, some people clap, some people sing. I sing a lot when I'm doing stuff. I have like a soundtrack, so however it feels good to you to get into that place, to raise your vibe, because that's what it is too. Like, if you feel all shitty, like you probably don't want to go channel or get into that energy. So allow yourself to just feel good. What can you do that like makes you, like, take a shower, fucking shower, clear yourself off. When I shower, I imagine that I'm like in an energetic fucking shower. I use salt because salt gets it off. I imagine the shower head being infused in energy, washing over me, getting rid of all of the other stuffs. I can go into the shower feeling like I'm gonna die. Oh my god, sad, miserable. Come out and like, it's a totally different person. So whatever you feel good with. All right, and then what does Spirit want me to focus on? I think that's the last one. 1 hour. I can't believe this became a fucking hour long. Thanks, Spirit. So what they wanted me to focus on. It's time for the break. How are you even awake? You must be like me. You don't sleep. And then something sweet or something sour will be coming for you within the hours. A trick-or-treat card. So I feel like there could be a potential, like if you don't start taking the heat of like, hey, I'm gonna take a break. Like, I feel like you might be pushing yourself a little too hard. What does Spirit want me to focus on? Like, what should I do now? Like, you know, it may not be the thing, but like I feel like there's this air of impatience. Like, I'm ready. I'm gonna heal this. I'm gonna heal that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But you may not be integrating the things that you're doing. And if you're not integrating the things you're doing, you're wasting a bunch of time doing the things that you're doing. Because they're like, you can fucking read all the books that you want, do all the exercises that you do, write and journal all these things, but if you don't fucking know what you just wrote, you didn't like absorb it, or if you read a book but you didn't actually like hear it or like feel it, or like, I don't even know what I fucking read about, but I just read it because that was the book that they said that if I read that book it was gonna help me with this fucking thing that I want to heal. You know, if that, you know, have that any air about that at all, you know, try to allow things to integrate sometimes. Sometimes it can be boring and it can be like, but that's the best way to do things. And if it's to do with your twin or to do with another person, it's like, oh, if I do this and I do that and I raise my vibe and and I heal this and I heal that, they're gonna come back. Just that mindset of like, I'm doing this so that they come back is going to be like, they're not coming back, because you gotta choose you for you before we choose them. You know, I'm gonna heal, but like a lot of times I feel like that's why they show up. It's like, Spirit's like, this bitch ain't gonna fucking heal unless we bring somebody in that they like enough to heal for. And it's like a catalyst, because by default over time people start to realize like, what the fuck am I doing? Through healing and like increasing their value, increasing their worth, increasing their like awareness of the situation, they're like, oh yeah, so they, you know, serves a purpose. But if we approach it in the energy of, I'm doing this for this outcome, or I'm trying to do, like, if, you know, I'm bettering myself so that I can have that, sometimes it gets like a block. So approach logic creatively. Like, think about, how can I reapproach this, or like, what can I really do that I want to do that I know is going to serve my soul? Like, Maybe it's fucking trick-or-treating. Maybe you just need to go sit down and fucking have some treats. Like, give yourself some treats. You know, maybe you like Sour Patch Kids or whatever. Or maybe you need to be a Sour Patch Kid. You be sour and then sweet. Hi. However you need to be. But there is opportunities here for you. And I feel like when the warm blows, that's when you'll know. So like, summer here, you know, the warm winds are blowing. I don't think it has to be a long time away for you to start seeing what you're seeking, and knowing what you're wanting to know, and having what you're wanting to have, and awakening like that emergence for you to come out and creatively express yourself and trust yourself, so that you can open your treasure to the things that you're wanting to have manifest for your sustenance, and the, you know, transformation of the timeline, so that you can come into wholeness and completion and oneness with whatever it is you're trying to have become the thing that you create. But, you know, decades will come and go if you don't choose to grow. Like, you may be approaching that in the way of like, oh shit, I gotta change the way I'm approaching that, because I thought that I was approaching it with like, hey, I'm changing, but like, I gotta change the change. Change the way I'm changing, basically, and make sure that I'm not solely doing it for, you know, ego purposes, or because, you know, whatever. Because if I do, I ain't gonna get what I want. Like, I'm gonna get some fucking shitty version of something that I thought, like, oh fuck, like, I did all that work for that, like, you know. So don't waste your time, basically, doing things that don't really truly ultimately serve you, support you, and give to you what you really need. So know that you're gonna see expansion, see the results, all the things that you would like to come to be are gonna come, and expect to be wowed. Okay, start expecting to be wowed. Don't get into complacent, oh my god. Don't stop working on yourself either. Like, know that you are doing what you need to do. Just shift the intention. You know, don't actively be like, I've been doing all this thing and they're still not, because that's, you don't want to be saying that stuff, because that's just like, why aren't you choosing you for you, you know? And I don't even know if that's the case, but that's my example. So it could be like, I'm doing all this stuff so I can have money. 666 is like, I've got an ego focus of something that's not really truly serving me. So I gotta watch my mind, I gotta watch my thoughts, I gotta watch the ego pursuits, and protect my foundation, the angelic foundation that I have, that's there, that's strong, so that I can have clarity this year, and I can awaken the union within myself that's gonna manifest into all the areas around me, and all illusions, all confusions are gonna be cleared up. Maybe I had to go through some darkness, maybe I had to feel some sadness, maybe I had to go through some shitty fucking shit with some shitty fucking people, but tomorrow is another day, and I can try again another way, and I'm gonna, you know, get to the other side where I want to be, and everything's gonna be aligned and divine and having that great time. So now's the time to move on. They're like saying, like, there's no need to wait, you know, go out, have fun, go out and date, and like enjoy your life, you know, or something sour is gonna be showing up at your door, and you don't want that. And that doesn't mean you have to go be like a hoe, or you know, see other people if you're not interested in other people or whatever, but being impatient is gonna be the block to whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So allow the ending of things to happen, and then trust and know that ending is just a new beginning. Like, people are, oh, it's the end, it's the end, it's the end. End of what you're probably not enjoying, right? You enjoy this time? Probably not, or you wouldn't be like wanting it to change. But then, like, when change knocks on our door, we freak out. So start, you know, shifting the perspective around those things too. Like, it's not always a bad thing for things to change. And then remember, at the core of our being too, like, if you do have a twin flame, we're not here just for romantic, like, la la la. It's to heal the collective consciousness. It's to heal the masculine and feminine. It's to balance the fucking mind. And it's to become, you know, the greatest versions of ourselves, and to anchor higher vibrations here on that spiritual foundation that, you know, just exists. With or without them, you know, you're going to upgrade. You're going to go to where you need to go. And you get to choose what you do. So choose to grow for you. Release the fears surrounding change and all of that. Upgrade your shit. Upgrade your mind. Don't let yourself get too depressed or into that, you know, frame of mind. And then take some time to break and integrate. And then know that the opportunities are going to continue to present the more that you do that, and the more that you balance all of those things out. All right. So hopefully that made sense. And thank you guys very much. Yeah, I think I got them all. All right. Thank you. And Renee. Namaste.